And welcome to the program. Charles Moscowitz here. Thanks for joining me, everyone. Welcome aboard. And I am joined by none other than Joy Villa. She's
Hi.
Howie. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. My book just came out, so I'm excited about that. Boom, Kickass Conservative.
I admired you for a while. You came to my attention when you attended the award ceremony.
That's right, the Grammys, which was pretty crazy and fun. And I've been attending Grammys and Emmys ever since in something Trump related or pro life related. And my first book, Kick Ass Conservative, details all of that. I go into the detail, what happened, what did people say, the president's reaction, the president tweeting me, all of that fun, juicy stuff in Kick Ass Conservative.
Well, it was a bold and incredible move, and
Thank you,
you looked
Charles.
beautiful, and you were really. I think you galvanized the whole country. It was
I
like
think I did.
and in a sense, it was even more so because it was supporting Trump so publicly and in a situation where he's being so vilified.
Right.
How did people treat you there?
Well, it was a lot of reactions. Everything from nasty comments to dirty looks. And then after the Grammys, because I go into more details in the book, but after the Grammys is when I got the onslaught of hate, the death threats, the negativity, and the haters, which I'm dealing with 4 years later. And I
Yeah,
continue to deal with, which I have a whole chapter on how to deal with your haters, the secrets of dealing with your haters in the book because it's something that a lot of my fans want to know about. How do you deal with the onslaught of being pro America, pro life, pro Trump, pro God, right? And still being in Hollywood, still being a singer, still having a successful career. I
yeah.
hit number one on Billboard, iTunes, and Amazon as an artist. I've got new music coming out as well after this book, which it just premiered yesterday. So it's very fresh.
Congratulations.
It's on already. Thank you, Charles. It's already number 6 on new books and number 9 on the bestsellers in women in politics on Amazon. So you can go to amazon.com, pick up a copy, leave a review, or you go to my website. And anyone who joins from your broadcast can sign up for my newsletter and get 20% off. They just have to
Thank
join the
you.
newsletter. Yeah, of course.
Oh, that's
So
great.
hopefully you'll like the book. Hopefully people will read the book. I
Mhm.
detail a lot of intimate stories there too. I share a lot of tough situations that happened to me, not just politically, but personally, having suffered abuse and homelessness and suicidal thoughts and
Mhm.
having risen from that to being who I am today. Like my backstory, a lot of people don't know about before I came into the public eye. I've always been an artist, but I wasn't always as I guess you could say as motivated as I am today. And my motivation comes from wanting to reelect this president because this president cares about people, wanting to help Americans, free Americans from mental slavery, from the craziness of the left, the hate, the burning,
Mhm.
the looting, the murders, the riots, the lie that Black Lives Matter is pushing down our throat, that the left is pushing down our throat. It's time to walk away. And I talk about that in my book as well.
Well, I think you're bringing to light something that I hope people are seeing, which is that these radical left wingers are burning black neighborhoods, looting black businesses, killing black
Yep.
people,
Yeah.
and they're literally there are American cities that are ablaze as a result. And this is all because we're supposed to, in the name of doing something good for black people. I mean, it's a complete and
It's a
strange and
crock.
bizarre, turnaround. Now,
It is.
I think that any of us who have been supporters of President Trump have seen some of the hatreds and some of the craziness of people's in their reaction. But you're such a public figure that and such a national figure that I can imagine in your case it must really be amplified. And I mean, I admire you for that so much. I mean, it's
Thank you.
in a way you're almost like President Trump himself, who has to
Oh,
deal
that's
with
a
this
great
kind of hatred.
compliment. Yes.
Yeah. So talk a little bit about that. I mean, I know it's kind of a sad subject, but I think it needs to be spoken about. What's going on with that? Why are they? What are people so twisted about?
You talking about the which
The,
subjects
I'm
particularly?
talking about the people's hateful response to support for Trump.
Yes. Well, it's really topsy-turvy. It's really like a twilight zone because to be a Black woman, a Latina woman supporting the president, having been to the White House multiple times, met the president multiple times, seen the administration, how incredible they are, his whole family, what a kind, sweet man he is, how he
Mm,
cares about our nation. And to see that people will call him names like racist, misogynistic,
it's ridiculous.
homophobic, I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. I know so many LGBT people who support Trump who cannot come out of that closet for fear, coming out of the second closet for fear of
Yeah.
being pushed aside and being lied about and being ostracized. You get ostracized in Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
I've been ostracized. I've been blacklisted. And it's because people don't understand. Just because you don't disagree, which is fine. You can disagree with me, but seek to understand rather than be understood. Right? Seek to understand the other person's point of view instead of shut them down. And I just got kicked out of an Uber. It's going viral on
Oh
my
my
social
God. Yeah.
media for
Excellent.
wearing my Trump dress. Wearing a red Trump dress. I was at an event out of state and the Uber kicked me out. And it's like the Uber driver kicked me out because of my Trump dress. And this is the state of America we're in right now, where you can't even be politically aligned with the president of the United States, who I proudly voted for last November, 4 years ago. And I will proudly vote in what, like 80 days, 75 days. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to the panic and the craziness to dissuade, like to go down. It needs to stop. But yet I think that it is made to dissuade voters, to sway voters away from the polls or away from
Yes.
the voting places, to try to do a write-in vote, which is totally wrong. Like if we can have parties and we can get together and we can wear our masks and do all this nonsense, why can't we vote in person and wear a
Yeah.
mask?
I mean,
Fine. Social distance,
it's an
fine.
attempt to steal the election, obviously,
Absolutely.
and
Absolutely.
it's a kind of situation that it's scary, and it's actually can damage a person's career and a
Yeah.
person's life by supporting the president. I know that that's happened in my case, and I think that in your
Yeah.
case, it's much more magnified because of your public image. But yet, you are an inspiring example of someone who's done very well in
Thank
spite of
you.
it. I mean,
Thank you.
you've created some incredible work, and
And I
you've
won't
really,
stop. I love
yeah,
what I
you bet.
do. The more they hate us, you know how that is, Charles. The more they come at you, the more you go, well, wait a second. This is who I am. I'm going to be louder because there's people out there who don't have a chance. They don't have a voice. There's young people out there who look up to me, women of color, young girls who are like, whoa, there's no one who looks like me supporting the president. There's no one who's an artist like me supporting the president. No one who's like, my message is so much about love too. I'm like, I love you. I don't care who you are or what you do or who you believe in and what you worship. You're welcome to share your opinion with me, just as long as you don't try to shut me down. You don't have to agree with everything I say, but don't
Right.
try to shut me down. And that's the problem, is that the left, the media is weaponized and they are bought by the left. And they're saying, well, if they're a Trump supporter, that can excuse violence against them, right? They're a
Yeah.
racist.
Oh,
And
exactly. It
so,
excuses anything. And
yep,
when you have a one-on-one conversation with most of these people, at least this is my experience, they really can't quite articulate why they hate Trump. They don't know
right.
why. They can't really name anything about him. And I think
No, they
I,
just they don't like the way he talks. They don't like his tweets.
yeah,
I talk about
something.
that in my book as well. In Kickass Conservative, I put his whole speech what at Mount Rushmore because
Oh, it
it
was a
was
great speech.
so good. It was
Yeah.
so pro America. It was so uplifting, and it was so jubilant, and it was so he reinstated everything, the reason why we voted for him. What he's going to do for the country and why he loves this country. And it's something that a lot of people don't want to hear the other side. They don't want to listen to what the president actually says. They want to hear about what other people say about the president. And I say that to people to walk away, because I walked away. I was I was a voter,
Yeah.
a Democratic voter. I was a registered independent, but I was totally a Democrat. Like I used all the hashtags. I was a feminist. I loved Obama. I was going to vote for Bernie. I was just like all of this stuff. Black Lives Matter supported. I thought I was on the right side, until I was on the right side. It's because that's what they tell you. If you use
Right.
these hashtags, if you wear these t-shirts and these slogans, you're doing the right thing. You're fighting for equality. You're fighting for the rights of people. And that's unfortunately what a lot of young people are looking at, these celebrities who are bailing out Black Lives Matter activists, bailing out Antifa activists, which they're not even activists. They're violent rioters. They are overtaking the country by burning down businesses and hurting people. And now the people are getting killed because of this.
It's unprecedented levels of people being murdered in cities, including
Yeah,
children, and the communist agitators, and
yeah,
finally Biden and the Democrats, after months, are coming out and condemning it,
months.
only because they see that their numbers are tanking in the polls.
Exactly. It's all about
So
the votes.
exactly. So I think that hopefully people are going to see through that, and going forward, I'm hoping that that you can pierce the veil of people. I think you're in a position, because you're a cultural figure, to do
Thank
that, to
you.
reach people, especially younger women and especially Black
Yes.
people. I mean, this is and should be President Trump's natural constituency, actually.
Yep.
So
Yep. He's a firecracker. He's a
yeah,
firebrand.
exactly.
That's why I love him. I love being a proud Trumplican. I say, how I escaped the liberal left and feminism to become a freedom-loving Trumplican. I call myself a
I
Trumplican
like
because
that.
I would never be registered as a Republican if it wasn't for Trump. He came in at the exact right time with the brand of no BS, truthful honesty, brutal honesty that I needed, that many Americans needed. And
Absolutely.
that Obama left a hole for. Obama lied very elegantly,
Right.
but Trump delivers the brutal truth.
Exactly. And it may not always be pretty, but it's out there and it is what it is.
Exactly.
I think
Yeah.
that's what we
Yeah.
need. And I think that Trump is going to peel off a good percentage of Black votes.
Yeah, he is. They're going to be higher than ever before. I think he's going to get a
Oh,
huge amount.
that'll be a
Oh,
beautiful thing. Yes.
yeah.
So Joy Villa, let my viewers and listeners know where they can get your book and
Absolutely.
information. Thank you.
So you can follow me on Twitter at joy_villa, Facebook at Joy Villa Music, and Instagram at Joy Villa. And you can go to joyvilla.com and get an autographed copy of this book. And you can also go to Amazon and barnesandnoble.com. Amazon right now it's trending on the charts. I'm hoping I can get a lot of reviews. So I would
Mhm.
love it if you purchase the book. You can even purchase the ebook. It's going to be available as an audiobook in just a few weeks. I'm recording it currently. So this book is available. It's 200 pages. There's pictures. Look at that. You got my Trump
Oh,
dress.
there you
I
go.
talk
Yeah.
about meeting the president. I talk about my
Iconic.
family, the hitting the charts. Lots of great stuff in here, and like encouragement on how to have a healthy lifestyle while you're dealing with all of this stuff, all the politics. And it's humorous. I put comedy in it, and I put, real stories. And I just want to make it something where you can learn about conservatism while laughing, while celebrating, and seeing an artist that is doing her thing and being confident, and that it inspires you. It's a bit of a self-help how-to book too. I want people to learn how to be a kick-ass conservative. And if you're not a conservative, walk away and read this book and realize why. So go to joyvilla.com, get yourself a copy, and also ebook as well, and audiobook coming soon. But joyvilla.com is the best place, or Amazon.
All right. Kickass Conservative, Joy Villa is the author. Joy, it's been a pleasure and an honor. I
Been a
really
pleasure,
thank
Charles.
you for joining me, and keep up the good work. Thank you.
You too. Fight the good fight.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye-bye.